Hi everyone, I'm Frank Daniels, and you're watching Football DataLab. We work with a database of over 30,000 active professional players across more than 80 performance metrics. Today, we're looking at aerial duel win rate for center backs. The sample keeps players with more than 7 matches and at least 20 recorded aerial wins. England leads at 62.3%, with South Korea next. Country rankings give us the broad pattern, but they do not tell us whether one competition drives it. For this episode, we take England and move one level deeper into its leagues. Inside England, the same metric separates the competitions. League One leads at 63.8%, while Premier League sits at 60.4%. This is not a national team comparison. These are players in the country's club leagues. We take Premier League because its sample is large enough for a clean club-level view. The question now changes from where the number is high to which clubs actually shape it. So we keep the country fixed, keep the league fixed, and move to the teams. The context is now Premier League and only center backs. Liverpool leads at 75.5%, followed by Everton and Chelsea. Club averages can move with role design, minutes, and the type of actions a coach asks for. They are not a complete ranking of team quality. They show where this specific metric is concentrated. Next, we keep the same league and test whether the pattern survives when nearby roles enter the comparison. Now, the positional layer. One of the focus roles, center back, leads this comparison at 60.4%. Right back and defensive midfielder provide the next reference points. The gap may come from role instructions rather than raw individual quality. Where a player receives the ball, which actions are encouraged, and how much risk the team accepts. That keeps the comparison narrow and meaningful. We now return to center backs and identify the individual players behind the league-level result. This is not a global player ranking. It is only Premier League center backs. Branthwaite leads at 78.9%, with Webster and Jacquet next. Every player passed the same matches and action volume filters. The gap at the top also shows whether the league average comes from one outlier or a wider group. The metric answers one focused question. It does not decide who is the best footballer overall. For the final layer, we keep the league and role unchanged, then split the sample by height. The final cut is height. The 195 plus centimeter group leads at 70.9%, while 185 to 194 centimeters follows at 59.7%. Those groups are a useful final check on how broad the pattern really is. Height is not a verdict on ability. It can reflect role assignment, set-piece responsibility, and the type of duels a player is asked to take. This last split is a clue, not proof of causality, but it shows where the league average is being formed. If this kind of analysis interests you, subscribe, and we'll be back in a few days with a different metric, position, and league from the same dataset.